Hello and welcome in to my free pick video for the Oklahoma State Cowboys and Oklahoma Sooners. I'm Jesse Schule from jesseschule.com. I'm going to take a look at this big game in the Big 12 today, but before I get started, I got to remind you to click that like button, subscribe to the show, and please leave any comments if you have an opinion on my analysis or if you have any opinions on this game. It is a revenge game for the Sooners, who lost 72-56 at Stillwater on January the 18th. Yesterday's card, I touched on 3 revenge games in my live show. For those of you who don't know, I do a live stream every night recapping the day's games and looking ahead to the following day's games. And the 3 games I looked at yesterday were all revenge games. Wake was at Duke. Wake had beaten Duke earlier in the season. Kansas State and Kansas, of course, Kansas State had that overtime win over Kansas, and West Virginia at TCU. And West Virginia had beaten the snot out of TCU previously. I did pick all 3 games. I went for Kansas in a win and cover, TCU without their leading scorer in a win and cover, and I said it was just too many points to ask Duke to cover even in a revenge spot, and of course that game was close. But let's get into this Big 12 game between Oklahoma State and Oklahoma. Home court is a big deal in this series. Add in the revenge spot, and I really there's no secret who I like here. You might see that. The home team is 8-2 straight up in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. The Cowboys are just 2-5 straight up on the road. The Sooners are 7-4 straight up at home. The Sooners are also 4-1 in neutral site games. So as long as they're not playing on the road, the Sooners are in pretty good shape. The home team against the spread, 8-1 against the spread in the last 30 head-to-head meetings. Some might think it's a letdown spot for the Sooners coming off of a big upset win over Alabama. They scored 93 points in a 24-point blowout win at home over a very strong Alabama team. But I will point out the Sooners are 12-5 against the spread in their last 17 coming off of a win. I like Oklahoma here. I think it's a short line. I'm not sure if it's going to make today's card, but it's certainly got a good chance to do so. This is the game that stood out to me on first glance, which is why I'm doing the free pick video on it. And for all my premium picks, you can find me at jesseschule.com. So far this year, in the month of January, 50-26 overall. That's a 66% win percentage, over 17,000 units earned. So I am one of the hottest handicappers in the world this year, and I was one of the hottest handicappers in the world last year. Again, you can find me at jesseschule.com. Thanks, and good luck with your games.